chair yoga. So all you need to do this is a chair. Chair yoga is specifically focused for obviously doing yoga in a chair, but for people who maybe are not as mobile, it's really just accessible to everyone and almost all types of bodies and abilities. So even if you've never ever done yoga before, you should be able to do most of these postures comfortably. So we're going to focus today, first off, with the breath. So why is the breath so important? So first off, the breath is one of the only function of the body that works both unconsciously and consciously. So we're breathing even when we're asleep, when we're not trying to consciously breathe, but we also have conscious influence over our breath, and that makes it a really powerful tool to affect all of our systems in our body that are so affected by the quality of our breath. So go ahead and find a comfy chair, sit down, and go ahead and first of all uncross the legs if the legs are crossed. We're going to bring the hands to the thighs, to the knees, whatever is comfortable. Take a moment to sit nice and tall. This gives our body the optimum chance and opportunity to breathe fully and correctly. When we're hunched over, we're not able to breathe as we should. So go ahead and sit nice and tall. Close down the eyes. And take a moment to notice the quality of the breath. So noticing where the breath is going in the body. Noticing if it feels sticky or stuck in any places like the throat or the chest. And then noticing if it feels like it's smooth and silky and it's easy to breathe into the belly. So go ahead, wherever you are, start to take deeper inhales and exhales. So inhaling deeply into the belly through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Bringing the navel in towards the spine, fully exhaling here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, belly button comes in towards the spine. Exhale through the mouth. A few more times, deep inhales. Deep exhales. Last one, deep inhale. Deep exhale. When you're ready, go ahead and blink the eyes open. And we're going to start now with our physical postures. And we're going to start with some neck stretches. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the right hand behind us on the back, kind of like we're patting the right shoulder blade. From here, we're going to grab super gently the back of the head and guide it towards forward and towards the left armpit. Feel free to close down the eyes here. And then gently coming back through to center, releasing it out. This time the left hand reaches behind you, past that left shoulder blade. Right hand comes behind the head, super gently guiding the head forward and down towards the right armpit. So these neck stretches are so important because normally most of us don't have the best posture when we're on our electronics all day. We normally find a hunched back, our neck kind of juts out a little, creates some tension in the neck and the upper back. So we're just trying to gently release that out. Go ahead and come back to center, roll everything out. We're going to grab the underside of the chair on the right side, sit nice and tall, and then we're going to drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Always option to consciously drop down the right shoulder, maybe grabbing, adding some tension to your grab on the chair. Inhale back through to center. Other side, this time we grab the underside of the left side, sitting up nice and tall. Right ear drops towards the right shoulder. Dropping the left shoulder down, or maybe adding some tension to your grip on the chair. Inhale back through to center, release your grip. All right, next we're going to be taking a few cat-cows. So this can be done sitting down, in a chair, out of a chair, whatever works for you. We're going to bring the hands to the knees. We're gonna inhale, heart comes forward, we look up, our heart kind of pulls between our shoulders. Exhale, we round through the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, heart comes forward, look up. Exhale, round through. Inhale, one last time, heart comes forward. Exhale, round through. Pause here with this rounded spine. Bring the nose to the left, to the right, back and forth. And then find stillness, come all the way back to center. So those cat-cows are really nice to just find some movement in the spine, especially if we've been sitting at our desk like this for 8 hours. It's really nice to just kind of reset everything, find some dynamic movement. And what we're gonna do next is find some side stretches. So once again, when we're sitting all day and we're kind of hunched over like this, we can find a lot of compression in the spine. So when we start to move into these side stretches, the idea is that we're finding decompression in the spine, so some space between those discs, and hopefully less pressure and tension, and you just feel better in your body. So go ahead and grab the underside of the right side of the seat. We're gonna inhale, left arm comes up and over. Option to modify, you can grab the handle of your chair. Breathing here, you should feel a side stretch in the left side body, grounding down through the left hip. Inhale back to center, other side. You can grab the underside of your chair or place your hand if you have a little hand rest here. Right arm comes up and over to the left, grounding down through the right hip, finding nice space between the ribs here on the right side. Woo. Next, inhale, we come back through to center and bring the hands back down. All right, next we're gonna move to focusing on the hips a bit. So once again, a lot of times when we're seated for long periods of time, or if we're walking a lot, we can get a lot of tension in the hips. Sometimes that pulls at the muscles in our low back. We experience that as low back pain. So just by stretching out the hips, we can release some of that tension. So go ahead and bring the right ankle over the left thigh or the left knee. So right away, you might feel some tension in that right hip. It might feel uncomfortable if it feels like hot pain or sharp pain. Maybe ease out of this or take a modified version. All right, so we're sitting nice and tall here. If you'd like to go deeper into the stretch, you should feel it in the right hip and right glute. If you're at your edge, stay. If you'd like to go deeper, go ahead and move the heart forward. So just leaning forward slightly, trying to keep the spine long so we're not hunching over necessarily. We're kind of trying to find the length, and from that length, we move the heart forward. Always remembering to breathe here, especially if it feels super tight. Whew. And then go ahead and come back through to center. Bring the right foot down, left foot comes high, left ankle over the right knee, right thigh. Right away, you might be feeling some tension. Maybe it feels different from the first side, and that's totally fine. If you'd like to go deeper, inhale, we find that length. Exhale, we move forward with the heart. So always breathing. Deep inhales, deep exhales. And then when you're ready, coming back through to center and releasing the left foot down. So those stretches are quite simple. You can do them at your desk. You can do them while you're watching TV or Netflix. They can really be done in any place, at any time that's appropriate. All right, so next we're gonna get up off of our chair, and we're still gonna be using the chair for these stretches, but we're gonna be standing now. So we're gonna start to stretch across the chest. Sometimes when we're seated for long periods of time, the muscles in our chest get quite tight, while the muscles in our back atrophy or get really weak. And so the idea here is that we're releasing some of the tension in the chest and therefore releasing some of that tension in the neck, the upper back, all of that good stuff. So go ahead and bring the hands to the backing of the chair, and we're going to find a nice steady stance. So feet are just under the hips. From here, we're going to start to let the chair slide forward, and maybe we walk the hips back. The idea here is that our feet are under the hips, and we start to let the chest sink down. So we're finding puppy pose. Woo. You can let the head be heavy here. Maybe actively pressing into the chair. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no. Remembering to breathe here, especially in this posture. It's harder to breathe because we're finding a heart opener, a back bend. So the breath is not going to go as deep, and that's totally fine, but just remember to breathe nonetheless. And then when you're ready, super gently coming all the way back to standing, and roll out the shoulders. All right, next we're going to do some modified downward dog twists. I know that sounds like a lot. It's really nothing crazy. So we're kind of doing the same thing. So almost like puppy pose, but we're not sinking all the way down, right? So hands are on the chair. You can sink down a little bit, but we're not sinking down crazy. From here, we're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg and kind of find a twist here. So you can bend into the left knee. Breathing here. Finding a twist in the torso and a stretch in the right side body. Inhale back to center. This time the right hand comes to the outside of the the left leg, and then right knee bends and we twist over to the left. Breathing here. When you're ready, bringing the right hand back, stepping forward, and rolling out the shoulders. So I hope that this little chair yoga session has helped you to find some mindfulness around the ways that we can help our body in these environments when we're sitting down a lot for long periods of time, and just find a moment in your day to stretch a little and release some of this tension. It's great for your body, it's great for your mind, it's great for your breath. So have a great day. Namaste.